hard to win anything on the Jesus wheel, and it's hard for you to win anything on the Jesus wheel. And under starlight, I will come to life. I will not toe the line. And through my bloodline, out of my mind's eye, I will not socialize.
Are there really good people? I think they asked that in a Friends episode once. I enjoyed that show. Watching them in their perfect sextet made me feel really warm.
Speaking of what?
What?
Speaking of what, would you be in
I watch a lot of television. That comes with living alone, I guess. No one ever visits me. I'm a community support officer for the organisation Lives Survive. I offer help and advice for those with social struggles. I create solutions to their emotional difficulties, often through group-based activities. So that's why I am a good person. I could walk down the street and the townspeople might smile and wave, but that would be all. Nobody really cares. Oh, that's CONALL, the community carer, and then go on about their own business. But who cares for the carer? Caring? What a load of shit.
But do you want double dating or not?
Good evening, guys. Hi, hello, hope you're well. Okay, great. Esme, I'm going to have to take the balloon. I'm sorry. Thank you. Where's Sammy? Where's Hope? They're always here. Well, we've got some new faces today, so let's begin the week by finding out something interesting about them. Everyone write down a question and address it to the group. It can be anything. How was your day? What's your favourite food? Anything. Alright, Kane, let's start with your question.
How was your day?
Yes, thank you, Kane. Very imaginative. Well, my day was very pleasant, Kane. I walked into town and bought some lovely egg sandwiches from the small bakery down the small alleyway. It's funny, actually. I hadn't planned on going that way, but I met this woman called Mrs. Phillipson, who lives on the Chipping Estate, and anyway, I ate my sandwiches at my favourite spot in the park, and I watched an old movie, and now I'm here with you. Sarah, how was your day?
It was alright.
Just alright.
Yeah, just alright?
Sarah, less of the attitude, please. You don't have to be here.
Yes, I do, for fuck's sake.
Okay, language. Sarah, please. Esme.
Connell, this is bullshit, mate.
Tim.
What does this actually achieve? I'm not fucking retired, I broke my leg.
Enough.
Fuck this shit.
Will you give it fucking rest. I'm so tired.
No, I will not
Hearing you
give
go
it a
on
rest.
and on.
I will go
Fucking
on and
rambling.
on and on, and I don't
Fuck off,
care
I'm
if
so-
you like it.
That's better, isn't it? Okay, as I was saying, Esme, do you have a question?
What's your favorite animal?
What is my favourite animal? That's a very good question. I would say an insect. I would have to say a dragonfly. Delicate, graceful creatures, hard to find, ordinary but magical, mythical. Not like the creepy crawly counterparts. Wouldn't we all like to be dragonflies in everyday life? To be that spark, the portion of distracting colour that makes life momentarily more beautiful. Is Gloria giving you a lift?
Nah, I'm walking.
Yes, good idea. Good for you. I don't like cars. I mean, I've got one, but they're awful things. If a car was like an animal, it would be like a hyena, hysterically laughing and mocking its prey with guttural revs. Vrim, 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 vrim. If a car was like a person, it would be greedy, like a friend you'd known for years and was loyal to, but who would drive through a puddle and soak you at any moment to get a head start. If a car was like the weather, it would be like hail. I don't know why a car would be like a hailstorm. Who likes hail though? It's like rain. Some people like rain. They like the sound of it. They like the feel of its gentle, liberating pressure on the skin. I don't like rain. Some people like cars. I don't like cars.
Didn't even fucking go.
Okay. Thank you everyone for attending this evening. I appreciate it's been a long time since our last meeting. However, for the future of the charity and our long-term vision moving forward, it was necessary to call everybody together tonight to discuss our next steps. Now, if we can begin with our primary issue, that's number 1 on your agenda, okay? So, as I'm sure most of you are aware, an American company based in Troy, Michigan, has expressed a substantial interest to invest in our magnificent cause. The company are known as Aim High Teaching. However, they wish to remain anonymous outside of this boardroom on the basis that we might decide to reject their proposal. Aim High are typically associated with teaching leadership skills, self-help programs, and have a great deal of experience of working with young people. The main stipulation of their takeover would include an introduction of their own interns and a rebranding of our traditional image. The company also stresses that it would withhold the right to make changes to staff practices and even terminate employment to ensure that their system of beliefs is upheld. The reason I've called this meeting here tonight is to enable all members of our team to provide their opinion on the changes. However, I wish to make it clear that I fully support the changes, and I think it is in our best interest to secure the future of Lives Survive. Is everything all right, Connell?
You expect us to believe that? Our best interest? The only interest you have is your lining your pocket with cash.
Well, I hardly think it's appropriate to make wild accusations without any form of evidence or proof.
You would say that, wouldn't you? Unbelievable. I've been here 10 years now, and someone you pluck out of thin American air has the right to come in and change what I do.
Well, frankly, Connell, you might fall under this category of inappropriate or interchangeable conduct. I think I speak for the majority when I say this change will be a positive one. So, you either apologize and vote correctly, or potentially face the consequences.
What? This is disgusting. Gloria, surely you don't believe this nonsense. You should all be ashamed.
You've got one last chance, Connell. Well, now that that's dealt with, shall we vote?
A vast and complex problem, but more so in the city because we see sex everywhere, on every street corner. In the office, secretaries with their beautiful legs, their charming smiles, and adjusting their cute stockings. Yes. Man is constantly faced with the provocations of the society around him.
Now, Mr. Baltimore, you're saying that you're constantly obsessed with erotic impulses.
Yes, everywhere I go, I see things that excite me.
Mm-hmm. Such as what?
Beautiful legs, a girl adjusting her stockings, and other sensuous things.
Mrs. Baltimore, these are perfectly normal reactions for any healthy male. However, has there ever been a time when you felt as though these sensual feelings might completely overcome you?
Yes.
Tell me about it.
Well, I was in this girl's apartment. Well, I sneaked into the room a little further to get a closer view. She was soaping her body. This was the first time I ever wanted to be a bar of soap. What a way to drown. You can have your champagne bubbles. With me, I'll take soap bubbles. I never saw such beautiful suds. It was all I could do to keep from jumping right into the tub with her.
Can I help you?
I'm Simon from High Teaching. I'm here to supervise the session.
Right. Can I have a word outside, please? What do you think you're doing?
Connell, chill out, man. I'm not here to critique you. Look, I recently graduated from college. I've come to England on an internship with AIM High, and I'm here to learn.
Okay, everyone, that's enough of the cerebral activities. Let's try something a bit more modern, contemporary, a bit crazy. What is your favourite activity? Yes, which one is your favourite?
They're all bullshit, mate.
Bye, Kane.
Gloria, about the meeting the other week. I'm sorry, I didn't know about the changes.
It's fine, Connell. Really.
Okay, thank you. See you next week.
Us girls have to stick together, don't we?
Gloria, I'm bored by these sessions. All we do is sit around and talk about Connell's day and how he went to the bakery.
I don't mind.
But look, I know it's not always the most stimulating, but... Well, what would you girls like us to do?
We could play games and do activities and arts and crafts and paper mache. Or croquet. Play croquet and crochet stitching.
I think we need more boys. Just anything other than what we're doing at the moment.
I understand, but Sarah, you can't take out your frustrations on Connell. He's under a lot of pressure at the moment, what with the potential changes at the charity.
And my fault he's been such a dick.
Sarah! There's no need for that.
Sorry, Gloria.
It's okay. It's okay. I think things will change soon enough.
And so we step once more into the breach. Our faults we hide behind a calm relief. The signs were all there, but I never saw them. Just kept moving with my arms up and my throat exposed to the monster ever looming in the darkest place I know.
Connell,
What?
how do you like the new office?
It's very bright. Can you believe Simon earlier?
What about him?
He just marches in with his ridiculous tie and stupid accent. Colonel, chill out, man. Chill out. When did it all turn to shit? I thought this was a good group. I mean, we brought Sammy out of her shell. And how can we forget Kane too? Well, I nurtured that boy. In and out of youth offenders like a revolving door. But not anymore. My father was an Italian chancer that would try his hand at whatever crafts he thought he could master him fast. Anyway, he eventually struck gold. Well, plastic. Duruccio's waxes. Any figure, any face, he'd set it in place. What with everyone obsessing over photographs and movies, the thrill of immortalising yourself in a miniature statue seemed irresistible. He'd travel from place to place, and rolling into town when he thought he'd found a gullible punter, he would buy them a drink. Later in their festivities, they would buy a Duruccio's. These indulgent nights were rather frequent, until he met my mother in Aberdeen. They then travelled to London and set up their own shop. And then they had me. In preserving my mother's heritage, they named me Connell, and I was destined to be the next Duruccio. Connell's a Scottish name. It means lone wolf.
No, it doesn't.
What do you mean?
It doesn't. It means strong wolf.
How do you know that?
I read a lot of baby books. My sister's pregnant. I'm helping her pick out a name.
I see. What does Gloria mean?
Glory.
Oh. When I was a boy, he had me working in the shop, touching up the figures with cotton buds and lipstick out the back, whilst he would reel everyone in at the front with his cheap charming tricks. The only time we did spend together was when we would travel to the rivers and he would sell to tired and weary fishermen. Anyone was a punter in my father's eyes. Whilst he appealed to the men that needed a catch, I would try and find my own company on the river. I wasn't interested in the birds nor the bugs. I would wait for one character in particular, the seldom seen Anisoptera. One day when I was at school, there was a fire in the back of the shop. It was so intense. Smoke covered the town for 3 days. It killed both my parents. In my father's haste to produce more and more figures, his machinery overheated. The Russios burnt to the ground. I later sold the remaining rarities and waxworks and made enough money to get by. Although he wasn't really there for me, it worked out in the end. I work at LOUISE to pass the time. To be honest, the thing that makes me most happy is the dragonfly that floats up the river.
Connell, hi, it's Dave over at LOUISE. I'm phoning as we were wondering whether you would be able to pop into the HR department as soon as possible. We're having a reshuffle, and well, there's going to be some staff changes that affect you.
very odd. Look at you. Come on, don't look so down. It's beautiful. Think of it in numbers. If there are around 7 billion people on the planet, 193 countries worldwide, and we make up just one. If you think about it, we are all odd. Individualism, uniqueness, they're just other words for being a creepy, odd weirdo. You might find some numbers who think they're bigger than you, ganging up on you, being something that they're not. But if you take all of that bravado away, there's simply one, just like you or I. We are all wonderfully distinctive. We are all extremely odd. I know I am. But the one thing that we all share is our differences. Humanity is an odd family. But if we treat one another as a family, we will survive. I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, who am I to talk? What right do I have to judge you and your decisions and how you behave? I mean, you've seen me in my suit and my tie acting like the head honcho, numero uno. And you'd be right. Because that's all I am. Someone. What's your name, man?
Cain.
Cain, tell me. Why are you here?
Because I broke my leg.
Yes, but why are you really here?
Because I broke my leg.
Cain, come on. I've seen you around here for months. You've been here so long you could have got up and ran home by now. Tell me, why are you here?
Dunno. To better myself?
Yes. Where do you think I spent most of my youth? The best schools? Wrong. The best colleges? Wrong. Harvard? Yale? Wrong. I spent most of my youth in trouble. Hell, I did things that I'm not proud of. My family disowned me. But you know what? I cleaned up. I dug deep, and now I'm someone. In your darkest moments, you might ask yourself, are there really good people? Let me tell you, we are all good people. And for those of you that think you might have chosen the wrong path in life or made some bad decisions, our paths are not set in stone, but malleable clay. Even for the very worst person, a broken clock is right twice a day. Okay. Are we ready?
What are you doing? Put the hammer down. You're scaring the children.
Why'd you have to force me out like that? I was fine at what I'd done. Where's Gloria?
She's at a training course for her new class.
You're forcing her out, aren't you?
No!
People like you always get what you want. The big boys. You think you're the lion and tiger of the animal kingdom. But you underestimate the little man. You are only human, after all.
Connell, this isn't you.
How do you know what is me? One final lesson from me. Do you know what animal is the most efficient killer by ratio? Is it the lion? Is it the tiger? No! It's the dragonfly! It's the dragonfly!